Cancer loves acid.
Significant increase in cancer cases among young individuals. When examining the likelihood of being diagnosed with cancer at a young age, specifically between 15 to 39 years old, that risk has grown by 40%. In this video, we will hear from Barbara O'Neill, an Australian health educator known worldwide for her emphasis on the body's natural ability to heal. She explains the conditions that encourage cancer cell growth, such as how an acidic body environment can contribute to cancer development. Barbara discusses how consuming certain foods that make the body more alkaline can potentially offer protection against cancer. She highlights 7 easily available foods that support maintaining a balanced pH in the body.
Cancer loves acid. Cancer also loves no oxygen. The other thing cancer loves is sugar.
Given this information, it is logical to focus on alkalizing the body's tissues.
And so when people come to us wanting help to conquer cancer, you see what we do? We suggest a diet that's highly alkalizing. We suggest ways to oxygenate the body. And we also greatly eliminate the glucose, the sugars going into the body. Everyone wants a quick fix. Sorry, there aren't any. I'm going to come at what is the best food to eat from the pH balance.
Before discussing the 7 foods that can help protect against cancer, it's important to understand the body's pH balance. Keeping the body's pH in balance, especially maintaining the blood at a slightly alkaline level, pH 7.35 to 7.45, is vital for a strong immune system and protection against conditions like cancer. A well-regulated pH aids in enzyme activity, cellular stability, control of microbes, managing inflammation, absorbing nutrients, and detoxifying the body. Diet significantly influences this balance. Eating more alkaline-forming foods and reducing acid-forming foods helps sustain a healthy pH. This approach can strengthen the body's defenses, promoting overall health and reducing the risk of disease. The first food for cancer protection is lemon.
And you might be surprised to see that the first alkaline food I'm putting up here is the humble lemon. And you might say, no, the lemon's acid. It is. And it's acid where it should be. There's only one part in the body that should be acid. You know where that is? Stomach. Because if you don't have an acid stomach, you can't break your proteins down. But when it is broken down in the gut and the minerals are dispersed and absorbed into the blood and thus to the tissues, it has an alkaline effect because the lemon is high in the alkaline minerals, which is sodium and potassium, calcium, magnesium and iron. These are the alkaline minerals, and the lemon is high in the alkaline minerals. Don't you love the lemon? Every home should have a lemon tree. We don't use vinegar here, we use lemon. Lemon is far superior.
Second food to protect against cancer is dark green leafy vegetables.
Dark green leafy vegetables are also alkaline forming. Dark green leafy vegetables we should be eating every day. That's your kale, that's your parsley, collard green, spinach and silver beet, kale. Also vegetables. Vegetables have an alkaline effect, but there is a question mark with vegetables. I'm putting a question mark here because for some people these have an alkaline effect and sometimes an acid effect. There's the tomato, bell pepper, also eggplant, and some countries call this aubergine. And last is the potato. Now this is not the sweet potato. This is the nightshade group of vegetables, and for some people they have an acid effect and for some people they have an alkaline effect. That's why the fine tuning is yours. No man on the planet can tell you the fine tuning, only your body can. It appears if you have an inflammatory condition in the body, the nightshades will feed that inflammation. If you love this food, if you have no reaction and no arthritis, enjoy. When you cook the tomato with an oil, and I think you'll agree with me, olive oil and tomatoes go very nice. They almost hand in hand together. When it's cooked with an oil, it releases a plant chemical called lycopene. Lycopene is from the fat-soluble family, and that's another reason why we should be eating a little oil with our meals, because it helps release the fat-soluble vitamins. Lycopene is a potent antioxidant, and it has the ability to reduce the inflammation of the prostate gland, so that's good news, isn't it? So every man over the age of 40 should be having a cooked tomato and olive oil dish maybe 3 or 4 times a week. That's not hard.
Third food to protect against cancer is some kind of legumes.
Lima beans and lentils and soy are the 3 alkaline-forming legumes.
You might wonder why certain legumes have an alkalizing effect while others do not. Some legumes are considered alkaline-forming because they contain high levels of alkaline minerals like magnesium, calcium, and potassium, which aid in neutralizing body acids. On the other hand, legumes that are richer in acidic minerals such as phosphorus and sulfur, or those with a higher protein content, tend to be more acid-forming. Moreover, the fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants present in some legumes contribute to their alkalizing properties. For instance, lentils and chickpeas are typically more alkaline-forming, whereas soybeans and peanuts are often slightly more acid-forming. The effect on pH balance depends on the nutrient profile of each legume and should be considered as part of a balanced diet. Fourth food protecting against cancer is millet.
For your grains, the millet is alkaline. We had millet this morning. It's a delicious grain, isn't it? Quinoa. I think we'll be having quinoa at another breakfast time. These are alkaline grains, but they're also gluten-free grains, so that's made them very popular. Amaranth. Amaranth is a grain that's not very well known. I think the Aztecs, traditionally they've eaten the quinoa and the amaranth. It's a very tiny grain, and when you cook it, it goes like a lump of glue. But what I often do when my grandsons are with us, because they like a porridge, I'll put a little amaranth with the millet, or I'll put a little amaranth with the quinoa, or if they have oats, I'll put a little amaranth with the oats. So that's quite nice. Spelt. Spelt and kamut are wild hybrids of the original wheat.
How about oatmeal and rice?
Yes, oatmeal is here. Yes, rice is here. They're not bad grains. We need a little acid.
Fifth food to protect against cancer are nuts.
The 2 nuts are your almond and Brazil, and all your seeds have an alkaline effect.
Numerous seeds are known to be alkaline-forming foods due to their mineral composition. Seeds abundant in alkaline minerals like magnesium, calcium, and potassium are usually alkaline-forming. These minerals assist in neutralizing the body's acids. Commonly mentioned alkaline-forming seeds include chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, and hemp seeds. Sixth food to protect against cancer is fruit.
Now I've got a question mark with fruit too. If someone has a yeast presence in their body and they're eating a lot of fruit, the sugar in the fruit will feed the yeast. And as the yeast feeds on the sugars in the fruit, it gives off acetic acid, it gives off lactic acid, it gives off uric acid. So it basically is feathering its nest. So when a person has a yeast presence and they're eating a lot of fruit, can you see that they are feeding the problem? And they're creating the environment of 5.5 where yeast loves to live. To maintain the 6.5 environment, we need to be consuming 20% acid-forming foods, 80%, 70 to 80% alkaline-forming foods, and I'm sure you're not surprised to hear me say that the 20% should come from this section here.
Therefore, 80% of your diet should consist of the alkaline-forming foods discussed in this video. The remaining portion can include acid-forming foods like whole grains, legumes, and nuts, which offer valuable nutrients.